Alright guys, what is up? So today, first of all, I've been so busy with everything. I have the Olympia this weekend. Obviously I'm not competing because I'm too awesome, but I'm just kidding. Next year, hopefully. I'll be working the booth for Blackstone Labs, so if you are going, please come by and say hello. I'd love to meet you guys and give you hugs and maybe a kiss, depending on who you are. And yeah. So anyway, I'm heading out tonight at 10 p.m. It is 2 p.m. right now, so I'm gonna have to finish eating in just a second and get to the gym, finish that up, and then come back and get all my stuff packed and everything else. Oh my God, it's just been such a busy day. So, but it's gonna get done. Everything's gonna be good. Head straight. We got this. Anyway. So today I have a really special topic for you guys, and it's something that I have been asked many times, and that is, Stephanie, why am I not seeing results at the gym? Wow, I'm eating really clean, I am, training really hard, I'm doing my cardio sometimes. Why am I not seeing the results that I want? Why can't I, lose the weight, or why can't I put on the muscle? Like, what is going on? So a lot of the times when I talk to individuals that are having these issues and they haven't gotten to where they want to be, it's gonna hurt what I'm gonna say. A lot of the times, most of these individuals have not actually done what they need to be doing. Unfortunately, what I've noticed over and over again, especially when I ask them, what is your diet and your training regimen? They're like, oh, I go to the gym like 6 times a week, and I do this much cardio, and I eat this much food. And I'm like, okay, did you do that last week too, or did you just do that this week? And most of the time it's super surprising. They're like, oh, I actually just started last week, and like last week I also had my dad's birthday, and then I had my aunt's birthday the next week, like the weekend before that. So my diet hasn't been like super consistent, but I eat really clean overall. And then with my training, I like last week I did 4 days because I had obviously my dad's birthday, and the weekend before I only did 3 days. So a lot of the times what I'm actually seeing is that people are not consistent with their training, and they have this illusion of, oh my God, yeah, I'm doing so much, why am I not seeing results? When in fact, if you actually put everything on paper, they're actually not doing so. And it's a hard reality, and it's a reality that we need to come through to and accept and realize that, okay, am I actually doing everything that I need to do? And what I've noticed, especially for myself, where's my calendar? It's not here. Yes, it is. What I've noticed for myself is that I keep like notes on everything that I do. So for example, like this is August. I pretty much wrote exactly what I did in my training, what I did with my cardio, what I did with my food. If I had a good day, if I had a bad day, like any kind of notes that I have, I'm writing it down. Obviously, I'm at a different level, and I don't skip my trainings, I don't skip my food, I make sure that everything is perfect, so I align my goals. If you want to get to this level, you have to start thinking that way. You can't just start making excuses for yourself. And I feel like that's where most people also fall through. They start making the excuse of like, oh, I have my dad's birthday, for example, or I had, I was lazy. I've had people tell me that I've been lazy. And sometimes it's better, or I don't know, there's just so many excuses that I hear. And whenever you put it all down on paper, like you actually add it all up, and you're like, okay, well, this is why you're not seeing the results. So that's one. People have these unrealistic expectations of what they need when they're not doing anything. So they have this unrealistic view of their life when it's actually not as perfect as they should be doing it to get the results that the perfect results that they're wanting to have. Two is, and then there are those people that are, this is the next level. The people that do their training, that do their cardio, that do their food, and they're still not seeing results. Why are they not seeing results? a lot of the times when I actually dive into people's stories and ask them, what is going on, is that they're really not giving it their all. They're thinking, oh yeah, I'm doing, 5 days a week of training. I'm doing, I'm training really hard, and I kind of ask them like little questions, and they're like, oh, for example, a girl will be like, oh, and I want my glutes to be huge. I want to have awesome glutes, and I want my shoulders to be big. So then I start asking. I was like, oh, let's gauge this. Okay, so I know you're training. Awesome. Okay, how much weight are you doing the hip thruster? I do maybe like 10 reps for like 20 pound, like the 20 pound barbell. No, guys. No. And then hold on, I'll tell you why I said no. And then I'll be like, okay, so how much are you doing for your lateral races? I go 5 pounds on it for like 8 reps, and I've been doing this for, I don't know, maybe like 4 months now. So here's the issue with that. You need to progressively overload with that. If you're doing 20 pounds for 10 reps, you're really not doing anything. Obviously, it depends on the amount of reps and the type of way that you're doing it. If you're doing it like, like the 4-2-1 style, where you're going slow down. But even then, like, that's really light. So a lot of the time, and that's just an example. Obviously, like, everyone's strength is going to be different. My strength's not going to be the same as yours. But what I've noticed a lot is that people just have this false expectation of how hard they're working. So there's just a lot of false realities in people's heads, and that I'm seeing. They're like, oh yeah, I'm going so hard, Stephanie, and then you actually like write it all down, and like they're really not working that hard. And then same with their cardio. It's like, oh man, yeah, Steph, I do cardio. I walk my dog for 20 minutes every day. That's not cardio, first of all. Second of all, no, you have to build your endurance for things, and you have to keep pushing. And that's going to be another video that I do about how much cardio you should do and how much is too much, and overtraining. There's just so many words that are put out there. Like, I'm just going to preface the next video that I'm going to do later on about this by saying, like, do you know how much Michael Phelps trains? This man does like 2 hours of. I got to look it up. Wait a second. Okay, just to put it into perspective, Michael Phelps swims for 3 hours, so 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. He then goes and weightlifts for an hour, then he eats, naps, and then goes and swims again for another 2 hours, and then, yeah. So he has 3 different splits. So he does cardio twice, and then he does his weightlifting for an hour. And he's an Olympic swimmer who is killing it and has so many Olympic gold medals. So here's the thing with overtraining. So I'm just gonna preface that with it. I'm just gonna leave it here and just let you guys sink that in. So 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of training. That's how much he does to get what he wants. Anyway, so pretty much, gosh, I lost my train of thought. I love ranting. This is fun. So people just have this false expectation of how hard they're working, and that's with the training. With the food, the same thing. They're like, oh, I'm eating really, really healthy. Okay, how many macros are you eating? How many calories? A lot of times they can't really tell me. They're like, oh yeah, I just eat really healthy. And then you actually dive into their diets, and like, they're really not eating that healthy. Like they're just maybe eating more fats than they need to, or more carbs than they need to, and they're like, oh yeah, I just I barely eat any calories. A lot of the times whenever someone tells me that, I look into their stuff and they're like, yeah, no, you're eating a lot more calories than you think you are, because a lot of the times whenever you go out to restaurants, for example, like let's go to this Cheesecake Factory, everything in there, it's above like 2,000 calories. Even if it looks healthy, even a salad, so it's like the unhealthiest thing, because they put so much oil in there. You can't see the calories. You're like, oh, it's not a lot of food, but it has a lot of caloric value in it. So that's another reason why people are not seeing the results. And then lastly is the fact that a lot of people have this, the last people is the people like, have their training, their diet, their cardio, all, everything tailored out, and they've been doing it for so long, and they're not seeing results. And they're like, Steph, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing everything. It's like, maybe what you're doing is not what is good for you. A lot of the times is, you know, a lot of people think, oh, because this person's doing something, I should be doing the same thing. And I'll just put it into perspective for an example. Like last year, I was told by the person that I was working with as a coach, he was like, oh yeah, you know, like everyone does really well with keto. You should do really well with keto and no cardio, barely any cardio, and you should be fine. I blew up like a balloon. What works for me is a lot different. I have to do 90 minutes of cardio to maintain my body. I have to do an hour of training on top of that, and I have to eat a carb cycle with a lot more carbs and barely any fats at all, even on my low carb days. So everyone's body is very, very different, and you shouldn't stick to something. If something's not working for you and you're not seeing the results, maybe it's time to change. However, here's the clause between that. If you are a person that, you know, like if you just start a diet and you're not seeing the results, you have to give it time. For example, for me, if I, 2 weeks ago, coach changed up my diet. He increased the amount of cardio that I did, and he lowered my calories. And at first, I actually gained weight, and my body wasn't moving. I got pretty tired, and I'm like, oh man. For me, I have to wait at least 2 weeks for the weight to start coming down. So I was 120, now I'm like 119 after 2 weeks. So I was able to lose a pound, but it wasn't just, you know, it went up and then back down. So you have to have this realistic goal of and expectations of the things that will happen as well. So making sure that you're switching things up, but not switching them so fast that it's not gonna work for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this little rant, and I'm trying my best to finish up my vlog for my 10 days out. Like, I'm just so freaking busy today. I need to go eat right now and get my day going and post this video as well. So I will talk to you guys on the next one. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. And once again, if you like this channel, if you like me, if you love me, if you actually don't love me, make sure to subscribe and like. It helps me and my channel, and I'll keep putting more information out there for you guys. And if you guys want to see something specific, let me know. And I hope you guys like my buns out hat. I'll put their link below, so if you want to get your own, you can get it there. And new outfits coming out soon. And I think that's it. So I'll talk to you guys in the next one.